I'll share a few tricks and tips that you may find helpful. First of all, you have to be realistic. Doesn't matter how confident you are, doesn't matter how sure you're of yourself and your abilities, doesn't matter how well you know your subject. It's still unrealistic to expect not to get nervous when you speak in front of public. It's easier with camera because there are no other people. You just worry that they will judge you later, but it comes later. But in real time, it's much harder to speak in front of live public. And it's normal to get nervous. Even celebrities get nervous all the time, and you will hear them saying it all the time. It's normal, it's very human. In fact, it's a red flag if somebody never nervous about it. I think it's only psychopaths don't get nervous. If you're nervous, it's already, check mark. You're good. You're good. You're doing good. Be realistic. Completely different subject of how you managing it, how you make it work, how you control it. But being nervous, it's very, very normal. Have a psychoanalysis session with yourself. Actually remember real experience, because people often say, they would generalize and say, I've never been good on public. But if you sit down, maybe even take notes about your past experience and think back, was it really true? Maybe you were really good. Maybe you was even a child. You stood on a little stool and sang for your family. Did you feel nervous then? No, you felt probably pretty confident then as you went to kindergarten. Did you ever get nervous speaking in front of this little group of children? And so on. School, college, when you share your news with friends or even total strangers, we all do it once in a while. Some do it more. Anything stopped you then? Really? So you want to collect the proof that it's actually not true. You have pretty positive experience. So this is your resource. And also it is helpful to actually relax yourself and go back into those moments. You cannot really remember anything without reviving those emotions. Just relax in meditation, go back to those moments, remember the surroundings, what it felt like, who was there, how they were looking at you, how they were listening to you, what physically you felt. You bring it back. So this is your resource. You can revive those positive sensations and feelings every time you need to. I've done it so many times already, it felt good. I can do it over and over again. It's already familiar. I already have experience with that. People talk about motivation, for why it's not very effective. We think we get motivated about what will happen if we achieve certain goal. It might give you a little boost, but what is even more effective, what kind of pain you're trying to escape by doing this, achieving this? What kind of price will you pay if you don't make this happen? That is much more effective. So if you let this perceived lack of confidence that might be absolutely not real hold you back, then maybe you won't be very good at marketing and earning income that you want. And what is the price for that? Maybe you won't be able to then come out from debts as soon as you'd like to. Maybe you won't be able to build up wealth to live for your children. Maybe you won't be able to live once you hit the retirement time comfortable enough, and you'll be dependent on somebody. I think that is a good motivation to make things happen. That will wind up this propeller in behind to make you move and do things. You're here right now. What is the pain you're trying to escape from, and where you're going to end up if you make this happen? Do you do it in writing or even in a drawing, which sometimes our brain understands more than words, because our brain is much older than language. Images, symbols might be even more effective. That's why visualization works much, much better than just spoken affirmations. So if you'll make like little doodles, if I don't do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. And obviously, for whom really you need to do this? You have to remember that. We don't have that much drive to do things for ourselves, honestly. You have children, you have spouse, you have people that you love and care about, you'll do much more for them. And if that's not enough, also do it for the future self. Every day, somebody new wakes up in your bed. The one was yesterday does not exist anymore. If you tell me it never happened to you, I won't believe you because I experience it all the time. I wake up in the morning and I regret not doing something yesterday. I should have done. I felt lazy. I wasn't in the mood to do it. But now I see the real difference. It would be so much better if I had it done. Think about the future self, the ones that will be born tomorrow, or in a year, or in 5 years from now. Love her enough, care for her enough to do things today that will improve her life experience. Make this world, the surroundings, the environments a little better. With any task, any work you need to complete, any goal you need to reach, you always have to have your priority list clear. Does not have to be written in stone, but at any given time, you have to have them clear. They can change. Little card, don't put more than 3 or 4 priorities. Right now, what is the most important for you? Those are not goals. Those priorities and goals are different. You start with priorities. What's the most important? Maybe the health, yours or your family. Maybe finances. Maybe you need that sense of achievement and build your career business. Maybe you're doing everything for your child. Maybe you're just getting married and this is the number one priority. So 3, 4, not more than that. And this little card, I would suggest even make multiples the same and stick them everywhere you can. Bathroom mirror, nightstand, wallet, your desk, in your planner, in your calendar. And every time you need to make a decision. So this is practice you need to do maybe a whole week. You have to make a choice and decision like 1,000 times per day. As soon as you find yourself questioning things or trying to make a choice, you look at the card. Our brain is actually lazy because it takes up 85% of energy of all of the entire body. Where it's possible, it tries to preserve itself and not work. So that's why decision making, learning is difficult. So brain tries to trick you and make excuses for not doing this. Decisions is a difficult job for brain. It does not like do this. So now, like, should I go at 10 o'clock to bed? Or maybe I can read something, or watch a movie, or have a cocktail. So it starts running. But here you already made decisions. You look at your prayer, does it fit this criteria? The decision is already made. You only have to try to fit it. Does it fit? If it doesn't fit, brush it off. It's easy, it's painless. Your friends call, let's go out for dinner. Doesn't fit this criteria. If it doesn't get you closer there, then maybe it shouldn't be. It doesn't have to be forever like this. That's another thing. If you'll decide this is how it's going to be for the rest of your life, every day it will feel heavy. You'll question your decision. But for now, right now, this is how it is. Then it's very easy. After doing it repeatedly for a few days, that list will embed here in your frontal lobe and it will become automatic filter. Then all the decisions will be automatic and painless and easy momentarily. Any decision you have to make, you will go through this filter. Does it support your priorities or not? Then you brush it off if it doesn't. And then the goals set based on your priorities, not out of blue. I had so many clients going, I never can reach goals. First mistake, goals are sometimes set by other people, society, schooling, parents, they want something. But it does not match your priorities. Then your brain sabotages you. And another mistake is why goals are not reached. because very often people make wishes instead of setting goals. I want be slim and beautiful and in great shape. They write it out, but they never do anything. It's just a wish. So you set your goals and then you actually strategize, you write plan step by step how you can do this. And then in those increments, those steps, you'll find where that sense of confidence is needed. But now the confidence, if you perceive it as a problem, it's not really a problem or an issue. It's just a tool, a vehicle to get you from step one to step two. Another thing very effective with confidence is actually write kind of like a new story, new scenario of your life. Before bed, last thing you do, you're already in bed, you get your journal, you're building up story sentence by sentence. You don't write whole paragraph in one setting. You just add 1-2 sentences. You write in present or past tense as if it's happening already or already happened, even if it's not true yet. So you're writing new scenario. I'm really digging how confident and self-assured I am now. And you can make up. The more sci-fi it is, the less resistance your mind will have. Oh, now it's just a game. It's a fairy tale. I don't have to question it and figure out is it possible or not. The more wild your fantasy is, the better. So you're building up every night, just a couple of sentences. You don't write in the same thing as affirmation, you're building up, continuing, supporting that one thing. It works for anything, really, for any area of your life. Health, money, relationships, education, anything. Well, today we're talking about confidence. It will work beautifully for this. Today I gave a speech in front of 300 people. They were absolutely mesmerized. And I loved that feeling. Something like this, you're building up. So minimum 21 days. Scientists say 21 days. I would say full moon cycle, which makes it like 28 days, whole month, basically. You focus on one thing, just building up the story for whole months, and then you can continue switch to next topic. What will happen? You write, so you have certain thoughts, because those are the last thoughts right before you're falling asleep. They will keep processing through the dreams, which is very powerful. Repeating it every night. You're polishing like drops polishing the stone, little by little, little by little. This is what you do to your brain. You're changing it physically. Gradually, new network will grow and your physically will change. People often say habits or addiction is psychological. We go to psychologists trying to fix these problems. It's not psychological, it's physiological. The brain physically designed through our beliefs, repetition. It's designed to behave in a certain way, to react in a certain way, but we can control it and redesign it. There is a plasticity. We can change that. That's why we're doing these practices. Meditation and visualization is pretty powerful too, because when you're relaxed and you visualizing, imagining things, your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between real experience or imagined. It records as a real thing. So you record it at least 4 times positive scenarios, then it's true. Imagine yourself recording beautiful class or running it live or even coming out speaking in front of huge audience or being so confident and natural and comfortable in front of camera that you can win an award in Hollywood. And for the same reason, practicing and doing this thing is needed too. Approach it as a game. As children, this is how they learn. They pretend first. You pretend first to be comfortable on the camera. You pretend first to be comfortable speaking with people. And then we know the power of exposure therapy. you start doing the things that you've been avoiding, afraid of, or not comfortable with, but you're doing it gradually in small increments. Now I'm going to record introduction video. I'll just record it. I don't even have to show it to anybody. I'm just going to allow myself be free and record just with my phone. Doesn't have to be fancy. You didn't like it, you erase it, you do it over in a couple of days. Well, you do it a few times maybe. And then if you don't take next step, this is all you will be doing forever. At some point you have to draw a line. Okay, I'm going to record it as it is. I will upload it to YouTube. I don't have to make this video public. I can hide it and put it in a private mode, but I will upload it. You upload it, so that's next step. And then, okay, maybe I'll switch it to unlisted and share it with my sister. Next step, just make it public. It's okay. I'll make it public for one day. If I still don't feel good, I can hide it. And then you just, take next step. And then it's not traumatic and terrifying. Small increments, step by step. Law of graduality in everything we do, then it's all possible.